Hello and welcome everybody to another Outlaws of Thunder Junction draft. I'm Paul Cheon and today we are sitting at rank number 74. Right now we've been kind of ping-ponging. We did an OTJ draft and then we kind of tried Chromatic Cube for the first time, but you know what? I kind of like ranking up, so I'm going to try another Outlaws of Thunder Junction draft. In the previous OTJ draft, we had a really nice 4-color base black-green deck that had a bunch of good removal and Bruised Tarl and a lot of great stuff. I just love drafting the Abzan colors, but we'll see. Maybe we can do something a little bit different this time around, or the same. I mean, I like drafting that deck, so it's totally fine. But before I head into this draft, I just wanted to say that this video is brought to you by TCGplayer.com. Pre-orders for Aetherdrift boxes are available on TCGplayer.com. So if you wanted to purchase some booster boxes of Aetherdrift, make sure you click that affiliate link in the description below, as it'll take you straight to the window to buy some boxes of Aetherdrift. Also, you can go to the website to pick up some singles as well. Again, affiliate link in the description below. Additionally, check out heavyplay.com for premium Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories. If you want top-of-the-line deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, dice boxes, life pads, and more, go to heavyplay.com/paulcheon for 10% off your first order. Alrighty, new pack, Bomb. You know, Calamity, this is an interesting card because I think a lot of people think of this as an absolute ridiculous bomb level card. I think it's okay. But it still costs 6 mana in red. Red typically wants to keep the mana curve kind of low. Still a consideration. There's also Emergent Haunting, which can be pretty good in the blue-white draw-go deck, which admittedly, I don't really like drafting. There's Badlands Revival. I do love that card. There's Take Up the Shield, which ended up being one of the best combat tricks in the entire format, and then a Hard Bristle Bandit for some mana fixing. But for me, I think I'm leaning towards Calamity or Badlands Revival. And yeah, I'm taking Badlands Revival. I mean, what can I say? It's green and black and it gives you value. I just can't turn it down. I just cannot turn it down. All right, moving on to pack number 2. What does Rakdos Joins Up do again? Oh, it's the reanimation spell. This card is just fine. I don't mind Rambling Possum as a nice little way to fill up your... Oh no, this is not the fill up your graveyard card. That's the Burrow Fiend Badger. There's Satoru the Infiltrator, but you know, this is not necessarily the card that makes me go into blue-black. So I think I want to lean into more of the black-green stuff. Given that I first picked Badlands Revival, I'm actually kind of looking at Bloodseeker versus Patient Naturalist over the Possum here, actually. And, you know, I think I'm going to take the Patient Naturalist. With the Badlands Revival, I really want to lean into the self-mill aspect, if possible. So let's take the Naturalist here over the 2-drop. That one's a little bit interesting just because I do think, you know, 2-drops are maybe harder to come by. But I do like the Naturalist a lot, especially with the Badlands Revival start. Here we have a couple of good choices. I don't really like Betrayal at the Vault very much. It's a good card if you can resolve it, but it costs 6. I'd much rather take Vault Plunderer or Dance of the Tumbleweeds here. Tai Joaquin is also a solid card, but of course not with what we have so far. So do I want Vault Plunderer or Dance of the Tumbleweeds? And I'm taking Vault Plunderer. I love Dance of the Tumbleweeds, but you don't want like 1 million copies of this, but you always want one. Whereas there's no number of Vault Plunderers where I'd be too upset having. And starting with a few more creatures, especially to get value with Badlands Revival, seems like it's something that I'm interested in. So both my 3-mana plays getting me some value. Actually, the more I think about it, the more I kind of am now wishing that I had the Desperate Bloodseeker here, but it is what it is. All right, moving on to pack number 4. Not a big fan of the Nezumi Linkbreaker. Drover Grizzly and Giant Beaver I like a lot more in green-white. Probably just going to take the Rambling Possum here. It's another 3-mana play. There's a Bee Devil, which I can potentially splash. I often don't splash red, though. I'd rather just take a solid card in my colors, so I'll just take the Possum here. We already have 2 cards that come into play to give us some value. It's really slow, but, you know, it's still just a fine thing to do. Moving into pick 5. Wow, this pack is pretty bad. There's a Loan Shark and a Jailbreak Scheme if I wanted to go blue. There's a Contagion Engine. You know, I thought this card was going to be absolutely broken, and it ended up just being kind of mediocre. I think I'm going to take it here, though, just to try it. But let's just say people take this like it's a first pick caliber type card in a lot of instances, and it really isn't, just because it's really, really slow. But in the grindy matchups, I can see this do something. Now, if I had more ways to put +1/+1 counters on things, that would also be something to consider. So I'll take it here, but I am not as excited about this pick as maybe many of you might be. Cards like this, though, are what would make me interested in taking cards like Hard Bristle Bandit and other acceleration spells higher. All right, there's another Patient Naturalist, but I'm going to take Servant of the Stinger here. Just a great 2-mana blocker. This does have the self-mill stuff going, but I do need to be mindful of my mana curve here, and this card just kind of excellent blocker. And then there are instances where you can use this to go search out your Contagion Engine or Badlands Revival. Moving on to this pack, pretty weak pack overall. There is a Rooftop Assassin, which I guess I'll just take. You know, it's not the worst creature in the world. It's a 4-mana 2/2 flash flying lifelinker that sometimes finishes things off. And, you know, honestly, just a 2/2 flying lifelinker can get the job done in a lot of cases. Now we have Siphon Insight versus Conduit Pylons. I think I'm just going to take the Pylons here. If I did know for sure that I wanted to be blue, then I would take maybe the Siphon Insight and draft maybe some kind of blue-black crime deck. But the Pylons is also pretty good, and we have a couple of green cards here already. That could be a sign that blue's open. The thing is, Siphon Insight's not even that insane. It's fine. Here, I'll take a Treasure Dredger just as another 2-mana play for this deck. Seeing some blue cards table, but, you know, the thing that really gets me into blue, the only way that I kind of end up in blue in a lot of these decks is I need to get the uncommons. If I get a Marauding Sphinx or a Disinformation Campaign, that's what's going to kind of get me into blue. Here, I don't think I'm ever going to play the Sterling Hound. Maybe I take the fall here just in case I want some crime stuff happening, just because I don't think my deck's ever going to play Sterling Hound. So for that reason, I'm just going to take the fall in case there's this weird world where we end up in a, you know, blue-black crime deck. This is one of the better crime enablers, so I'll just take that. Fairly weak pack here. Nothing I really want. Wow, it's incredible how quickly people seem to get a hang of the format, because I'm looking at these packs and a lot of the good cards are seemingly missing here. So feels like we're already in a pod with a pool of players that might know what's going on, might know what's up. There's definitely a world, just based on what I've seen, we see these loan sharks. There's definitely a world where I pivot over to blue. I mean, Loan Shark isn't like an insanely good card or anything, but the fact that we're getting it late could indicate that that's maybe where we want to go. Wow, this is a really interesting pack. I don't think it's Terror of the Peaks. We really didn't see that much red. This card's very good, obviously. There's also Stoic Sphinx, which is insane. This card is amazing, and it just wins you the game. I don't have that many green cards. There's also a Slickshot Lockpicker, which I think there's actually a non-zero chance this tables. But there's also a really good green card in the Aloe Alchemist. All right, we're shifting gears. We are shifting gears. The Sphinx is just too much better, and we got the Loan Shark last pick. Let's see if we can somehow find a way to play blue-black. I'm a little bit sad now that I didn't take the Siphon Insight, but Conduit Pylons is still going to be a pretty fine card to play in this type of deck. I don't remember Fibblethip being good enough. It was just too slow, and the body was pretty bad. I'm not a big fan of the Desperado. I'm not into the mill you out strategy. There's Essence Capture and Mirage Mesa here. And I don't like Essence Capture because it's double blue. So I'm just going to take Mirage Mesa because that still gives us the opportunity to potentially figure out a multicolor strategy, which I think there's a non-zero chance we end up in. But I'm hoping that I get some blue and black cards in this pack. I mean, I'm not seeing a whole lot here. There's nothing in green. There's a Raven of Fell Omens. There's a Binding Negotiation. And I don't really love Kervek. Maybe we curve out. Maybe we're just more of an aggressive blue-black deck here. We'll see. Something like that. And the thing is, look, if I don't get the blue cards, we can simply go back to the green. For example, no good blue or black cards. There's a Throw from the Saddle and an Intrepid Stable Master in this pack. And Throw from the Saddle is really, really good. It's a super bite effect. In black-green, though, with the Contagion Engine, do I want the Intrepid Stable Master instead? No, we'll take Throw from the Saddle. This is the best common in the set. So I'll stick to the best common in the set here, just because it does look like blue is drying up. Or rather, blue was just kind of never... Blue, we saw a lot of blue pack 1, but we're just not seeing anything here now. Don't really want to take Mystical Tether in this pack. There's a Fake Your Own Death as a combat trick and a Betrayal at the Vault. I'll take a Betrayal at the Vault. Let's go for high upside. Maybe at this point, people just don't know how to play around this card, and it'll be fine. Here, there's a Festering Gulch versus a Dance of the Tumbleweeds. Just not a lot of good blue cards, so the speculative pick's not working out here. We're going to go back to green, and I will take Dance of the Tumbleweeds over the Gulch And we will go back to our happy place. We made an attempt. We made an attempt. Maybe it wasn't the most powerful attempt at a pivot, but we did make the attempt. Here, I'll take Forlorn Flats. Oftentimes, you end up splashing white in these type of decks. And now that I have the Forlorn Flats, the Mirage Mesa, and the Conduit Pylons, we're set up pretty nicely for a splash. I don't actually mind Oasis Gardener in this type of deck. So we'll take that. Take another Raven, but don't think I'm going to be using it too much. And we are certainly light on some playables here. Rooftop Assassin, get back in. We are going to try our best here. Take a Fake Your Own Death, I guess, as a trick. I don't love it as a trick, but I just don't... There's nothing else there in the pack for us. I will say this. Not every deck can look super perfect and clean, and this is the shining example of something like that, where it's just, yeah, I mean, this deck just didn't turn out ideally, where there's a bunch of cards here that I probably wouldn't play in my best black-green decks, but we are still going to stay the course here and try to make our own luck. Ooh, is this card good? Whenever one or more tokens you control enter... I'm just wondering if this is splashable. I need to find a way to make tokens, though. And I currently don't have any way to make tokens. Okay, what do we have here? Black and green cards. Outlaw Stitcher is not black or green. All right, Buried in the Garden. Extremely good removal spell. And we have plenty of mana fixing to be able to play it as well. So, very, very happy with that. Outcaster Greenblade. Don't ever pass this card. It's better than most rares, let's just say. I do need more deserts, though. Well, no, what am I saying? I have 3 deserts already. Haha. Never mind. So Outcaster Greenblade is great. There's a Mystical Tether here, but I'm also in the market for some 2-drops. And I do have a good number of spells already. So I wonder if I just need to take this for the purposes of my mana curve. I have Treasure Dredger versus Raucous Entertainer. And given that I'm splashing and trying to get up in my mana curve, I actually think I'm going to take Treasure Dredger. I've actually been very underwhelmed with the Raucous Entertainer. You just don't have the mana in a lot of instances to actually be able to put counters on things. So I'd rather just take the 2-drop that just can get me more mana and let me potentially even splash this Make Your Own Luck if my mana allows me to do so. Moving on to this pack, there is a Rictus Robber, which I like, and then a Festering Gulch. As much as I want to take Festering Gulch, which could possibly be the pick, I am really light on interaction. So I'm going to take the Rictus Robber here. And, you know, this just gives me a lot of upside. And I just need more just kind of big, expensive creatures anyways. Here, we'll take a Desert Stew. Very, very happy with that. Good removal spell. Look, I'll put Dance into Tumbleweeds as my 6-mana creature. That way my deck doesn't look as bad. All right, here we have... I don't actually mind Pillage the Bog. That's a late repulse. Wow. That is quite nice. Don't think it's worth splashing when I can take Pillage the Bog or Unscrupulous Contractor. All right, let's take the Pillage the Bog here, though. This card's pretty cool. I want to try it out. Prickly Pear, some bounce spells, Wrangler the Damned. There's basically nothing for us. I'll take this Overzealous Muscle, but will be very sad if I have to play it. I do like Ambush Gigapede, so I'll take that. 3 6-mana plays. Definitely short on playables. Rooftop Assassin, get in there. Fake Your Own Death, get in there as well. And this gives us 20 cards? Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. 3 more cards need to make it into this deck. Into this collection of cards. We'll sort it by mana curve now, just to see how everything looks. Okay, what do we have? Outlaw Stitcher. So blue is open from the right side. There's a Tumbleweed Rising. I don't have a ton of big creatures, but I don't know that I want to play a second Fake Your Own Death. I mean, none of these are great options. Okay, I'll take Tumbleweed Rising, I guess. All right, here we have Imp's Mischief, which I don't love. There's just nothing here I want. So I will take the... Well, the Green-White Desert is obviously very good, but I'm definitely in the market for just playable creatures, which we currently don't have access to. All right, we're getting all the deserts. They're all free. But I don't want them. Okay. I mean, look, they're not bad. They're not bad, but this is what we have. Do I want to splash fake your own, not fake your own death. Do I want to splash the make your own luck just to have a little more card advantage in my deck? Let's take a look here at what we have. Oh my gosh, I've never had to play Overzealous Muscle. What happened? What actually happened? We have 3, 4, 5, 6-ish removal spells. Certainly need a lot of mana, but we do have an Oasis Gardener and a Patient Naturalist and an Outcaster Greenblade. Our curve is looking all right. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. These two creatures with the Tumbleweed, like the Tumbleweed Rising is just not very big. It's just not that impressive here, but I just have to play it. Now, the question is, do I just want to play like a Baron Bertram? Sack another creature artifact, draw a card. And whenever a token... Okay. Do I have token makers? Rictus Robber, potentially. Tumbleweed Rising, Dance of the Tumbleweeds. Oh, Treasure Dredger. Yeah, that's a cool combo. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I really didn't want to branch into a fourth color here. This is just not good enough to branch into, I don't think. So I think this is just a configuration. I'm not committing enough crimes for Raven of Fell Omens to be good. And I almost never play this card just because... Well, first, like if you're committing crimes, I think it's good. But just, I'm a 3-color deck. I don't want to play a colorless land in my deck. All right, we have what? 2 white cards in our deck with 1 plain. Seems totally fine. I want to lean heavier into... my green cards, probably 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 6, 7, 8. Well, hold on. 5, 6, 7, 8, 8-ish, 9. And then 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's kind of close. The thing is, my green gets me my other colors, too. And I have a double green card. Well, I guess I have a double black card here as well. I don't think it's going to make a huge difference, but I'm going to go for the extra green just because it helps me splash the other colors. All right, there you have it, folks. I am not... This one was tough. We still might be able to navigate. We have to play really well. All right, now before round 1 starts, just wanted to say that if you've been enjoying all of this content and wanted to support the channel in another way, my Patreon is the best way to do so. That's patreon.com/paulcheon. Special shout out to all the patrons. Really do appreciate all of your support as it allows me to continue making this content. Access to the Patreon will give you access to my Discord channel, which I believe is a really great way to up your limited game. Okay, we have a bunch of lands. We have the combo. Treasure Dredger into Baron Bertram. Hopefully they don't kill my Treasure Dredger. Wow, it's really hard to say that. Treasure Dredger. Treasure Dredger. Anyways. Do I wish I had the Sable Master over Throw from the Saddle? I don't know. Still think it's close. I mean, Throw from the Saddle is still very good. Okay, so not interested in attacking here. I just want to make treasures. Let's just pass. We have the engine. Oh, they might have like a holy cow or something? I don't know. Think I attack this turn. If they kill my Treasure Dredger, then I can play the Rictus Robber. Otherwise, well, so now this is interesting. It's like, do I just want to plot this? Because if I plot this, I can throw from the saddle and put this in. And I don't eat my treasure, and this plays around a counterspell. All right, yeah, let's plot this. Also, I mean, it just, all of this just depends on what they play. But I am shocked that they just don't have a play in the first 3 turns. This is an unkeepable hand. What are you doing? Okay, I don't want to kill that. I can play Oasis Gardener for more mana. Which then lets me play the I mean, this just kind of unlocks my hand a little more. If I just play this, it's high risk, high reward. Yeah, let's just play Oasis Garden. Let's just take it slow. Do I want to just play a 4-3 here, though? Yeah, I'll play the 4-3. This at least puts some kind of pressure on my opponent. This is also really good with Fake Your Own Death, by the way. I'm just, yeah, like, this is just, everything that's happening right now is very suspect. All right, I'm just gonna play Vault Plunderer. This at least replaces itself. Just play it slow. Keep up Fake Your Own Death. I'm not gonna play this. I'm just gonna pass. If they have destroyed target, what? Tap creature? Is that what that is? Metamorphic Blast. Target player draws 2 cards. Okay. I mean, they could have a sweeper here. They certainly could. Because they're playing super oddly. And so as a result, I need to... Super oddly. What am I saying? Anyways. Take the fall. Sure. I basically don't want to commit that much more to the board here if I can help it. Three steps ahead? That was your play? Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, that was a good draw. Alright. Outcaster Greenblade. I mean, they can just block. What is happening? Okay. Do I want to deal a damage to them here? I can play Outcaster Greenblade and then get like a Conduit Pylons. Or I can just get a Green-White Desert. I'll get the desert. They're at 9 life. I think dealing the extra point actually is relevant here. And right now, I kind of don't mind what I draw, so... this gotta be a final showdown, right? Fell the Mighty. Destroy all creatures with power greater than target creature's power. Hold on. What if I pump this with Fake Your Own Death? Nice sweeper there, buddy. Okay, that was good. That was legitimately good. All right. I'm wondering right now if it's just a good time to just run out Contagion it. Yeah, I'm just going to do it. All right, here we go. Let's shrink your things and attack with everything. I just want to put enough pressure on my opponent now where it just makes things really awkward for them. Just block. Unless they have a way to get back Fell the Mighty. I guess that's why they were keeping their creatures back. But now they're at 6 life. And we have a whole bunch of good attackers. We have Throw from the Saddle as well. I can see why this card's kind of weak. There's just not a good +1/+1 counters theme in this format, so... Good game. You have 9 cards in hand. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, hey, that fake your own death play on Feld Mighty, that was pretty sweet, though. That was pretty sweet. That's a counterspell. A makeshift counterspell, if you will. All right, we are on the play here. 2 lands and an Outcaster Greenblade. I'm going to keep this. We have a 5-drop and a 6-drop in hand, but if I just draw land number 3, then I can go Outcaster Greenblade, find a white source, then I play Buried in the Garden, and all of a sudden, all of my mana has been unlocked. So it's a 2-lander on the play, and I drew a land number 3 right away. So that's an excellent, excellent feeling. Now the question is, do I just get a Plains? Like, obviously, I'd like to get a Desert if possible. Resilient Road. Does it have haste? Oh, that's kind of a beating. Okay. Yeah, this is kind of brutal. The thing is, I literally don't have any other play next turn unless I get the Plains. So this is unfortunate, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. So I'm going to get the Plains here. Now, if they don't play a big creature, I will just play the Baron Bertram. But if they play, you know, obviously something remotely relevant, I'll just cast Buried in the Garden. All right, that is a totally fine Buried in the Garden target. That card can get annoying. Also, I just want to be able to ramp into Ambush Gigapede, honestly. That seems very, very strong here. Although, I guess maybe there's not a huge rush to do so. It'll just kind of depend on what they do, but I can also just go Overzealous Muscle, Forlorn Flats, and hit for 2. Just because this is guaranteed to hit for a lot more damage. Oh, wow, nothing. All right. In which case, yeah, I'm just going to play the muscle. Next turn, I have 7 mana, which allows me to double spell. I can go Baron Bertram plus Vault Plunderer. Also, when I attack with the Ambush Gigapede, it is technically a trick. If they try to block with some kind of 4-power creature, I can kind of blow them out with a Gigapede here. My guess is it's more likely that the muscle just dies, but... Demonic Ruckus. What is this? Menace? Okay. All right, we racing. We are racing. Four cards in hand for the opponent. We get to attack for 7, and then we have 2 3-power creatures as well. Longhorn Sharpshooter. They just played it. I see. Pillage the Bog is not bad either. All right. So we have a lethal attack next turn. I mean, they're going to have to pump the... they're going to have to kill the Gigapede. We can still get in for a good amount. We can also pillage the Bog, which should find us a removal spell, I think. But we will have, what, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. So Throw from the Saddle would be good. There's Contagion Engine. Betrayal at the Vault and Contagion Engine both cost 6. Mourner Surprise, okay. Oh my gosh, they're going to plot it and kill my Gigapede? Oof. That is very good. Alright, we are going to continue taking damage here from the Roadrunner. There is a Mirage Mesa. Let's go Vault Plunderer. I'm just going to play creatures. See what I find off of this first. Okay, and then we are at 7. Let's go green. Let's attack. I imagine they're chumping here. Yep. And then we can go Baron Bertram and then pillage the bog for something. This is a very aggressive no block. Like, I could easily have a removal spell for your Roadrunner. Okay. Well, so now, you know, now this kind of scares me a little bit. If they pump this, I can still double block it. If they need to pump it and kill my thing and have a pump spell, I think that's pretty unlikely. So let's just play the Baron Bertram. Two cards in hand for the opponent. They're at 3, by the way. So just, I have 4 lethal attackers here. And Pillage the Bog should almost certainly find me something. Next turn, I can Pillage the Bog for 16 cards. Servant of the Stinger, sure. One more card in hand. What is it? Yeah, if they kill one of my creatures and attack me, they have to block with everything else, and Pillage the Bog will almost definitely find something. So I almost want them to have a way to kill my creature and then attack me. Because I think from that point, I'd be a pretty big favorite to just win. Okay. There it is. Hell to pay. Hit me for 3. I love it. I love that they're putting themselves in a position to win. I do like that about this. I don't need this desert. Well, let's see. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Thinking if I need this desert. I don't think so. Pillage the Bog. Betrayal at the Vault should be good here. Boom. All right, our opponent definitely made it close. Definitely made it close. And I like the way that they played. They put themselves in a position to potentially win with the Roadrunner, and I do like that. It was risky for sure, and they just kind of had to hope that I didn't have a removal spell. But I do like their decision to play the way that they did. All right, what do we have here? Opponent on the play, and our hand is really slow. I don't think I can keep this. A 5-drop, a 6-drop, and a Rictus Robber. It just doesn't do anything. Let's bottom the worst card in our deck. Let's lead things off with the Gulch. All right, this hand's looking okay. We have Treasure Dredger turn 2. Mobile Homestead is the play from the opponent. What do I want off of this Conduit Pylons? I don't want another Treasure Dredger. Okay. They hit a land. God, this card is so frustrating. Why do they always hit a land? That's my question. Why? All right, all these tap lands, definitely cramping my style. go green. We have this double green card here. And I'm just going to make a treasure with the dredger. Okay, well... Bruised Tarl. Okay, I think we're dead. I think we're dead. They hit a land with the Mobile Homestead, and then played a Bruised Tarl, and then got an Ox. And they're able to hit with the Bristlepack Sentry as well. Given that they hit a land, they're probably not going to hit another land, right? Okay. Well, you know. Sometimes you lose. That is a fact of life. And right now, we are losing. Yeah, I mean, there's just, we have no outs here. Like, they still have presumably something in their hand. This was an incredible start. Okay. Yeah, good game. Good game. Yeah, I mean, that was just a really, really fast start. Mobile Homestead, I'm not the biggest fan of, but in the right deck, and with the right amount of luck, awesome card. What a beating that was. Well, look, the fact that we're even 2-1 with this, we should be pretty happy. I'm going to keep this. Gonna name black on the Mirage Mesa. I just want to lead with the tap lands here. Alright. Oh man, this Outcaster Greenblade is gonna be ridiculous. Raven of Fell Omens is the play from the opponent. I'm getting a Conduit Pylon here. I mean, look, this uncommon, okay, they might kill it, but I just wanted to point out that this 3-drop got us a land and is going to attack for 4 on turn 4. Just to put things in perspective here as to why you should never pass the Outcaster Greenblade. What is this? Ooh. The Trailblazer. That's interesting. I definitely want to kill this with Desert Stew. It makes my mana super duper awkward, but at least I have a Rooftop Assassin to play. All right, let's play the Pylons. Rictus Robber. That's probably good enough to keep. All right, let's smack for 4. And let's pass. Oh, honestly? Well, we'll see what they do. But I can also play the Rooftop Assassin to ambush the Raven of Fell Omens and let them draw the card. But we'll see. I mean, if they play a 4-power creature here. Prosperity Tycoon. Okay. That makes a token. I really don't want them to draw cards. All right, let's just kill this. Sure. Will they double block? They will not. Now I have a pretty interesting decision here. I want to get my mana generation going, but I want to save my Buried in the Garden for the time being. I just don't think that I should be running it out right now. Oasis Gardener is interesting. Just because it unlocks my mana for the following turn, potentially. Gains me some life. All right. It's like the least exciting of the options here but I think it's okay. Yep. See, that's what I was afraid of. That's why I don't want to go... I no longer have the ability to ambush them with the Rooftop Assassin, so... Now if I draw a... Well, no, I don't need to draw a land. Now I can go Buried in the Garden plus the Rambling Possum, which is great. Baron Bertram Greywater. Okay. All right. Ooh. We have the combo with Baron Bertram. All right, let's get that out of there. Let's attack for 4. Then let's play the Possum. All right, that was good. Happy with the Oasis Gardener. It just let us get a nice double spell in this turn. And then we have the we could even bounce the Green Blade if that's what we wanted to do. Okay, we can no longer do that. Throw from the saddle. Okay, Green Blade down. Green Blade down. Whoa, what? What is that turn? Throw from the saddle plus shoot the sheriff? Holy cow. Okay, I went from thinking I was in an okay spot, and they killed a 4-5 and a 3-3 in the same turn. Well, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana? 8 mana? Alright, well, and they even drained me? Oh gosh, that was brutal. Okay. What a sick turn, man. We going for... What is this attack? Whatever. I will make the obvious plays here, and we'll see what happens. Could be a combat trick of some sort based on that attack, which means the Raven is probably going to live. No. Wait, double combat trick? Ah, this is stupid. Like, they're... Like, what? They're splashing Take Up the Shield, first of all. But it's just... The fact that they're double spelling me here is just such a blowout. Oh my gosh. I'm at 6 life here? Oof. And the only thing I can do here is race. Like, that's all I can try to do here. Oh god, double spell was just rough. Okay, well, let's play the Robber and the Tumbleweed Rising. Now what? I mean, I think I'm behind here now. They can hit me with the Raven. If they commit crimes, it also makes my life total lower. I mean, those past 2 turns were just absolutely amazing. Given the limited amount of mana that they had, for them to go throw from the saddle, shoot the sheriff, and to take up the shield, which helps with the racing situation, and to fake your own death. You know, we had to work hard for our ramp effects. We're playing Oasis Gardener. I have to block the Tycoon if they attack, in which case they have to sack their creature. Maybe they have nothing left, given that they're tanking. That's my hope. Yeah, look, at least we got the tricks out of their hand, and now it's simply just kind of what I top deck versus what they have. Like, not too many decision points here for us. The fact that they're thinking just... I'm hoping the last card is a land, but I don't think it is. Oh, they can sack their treasure to save the Prosperity Tycoon. What do I want? Ambush Gigapede would be a pretty good draw here, I would say. Okay. They must have nothing, right? If they're thinking for that long. Oh my gosh, did we just draw the win? They have one card in hand. I just drew Throw from the Saddle. I mean, given that they thought for so long, I target this, right? Like this. And if they save it with this, it's okay. Oh, that's so dumb. That is so dumb. Their last card was Ambush Gigapede. Are you serious? Alright, whatever. Like, we had a chance. I mean, we drew the perfect card. Oh, man. Okay. Alright, good beats. 2 and 2. Let's go. Like, I could have targeted my bigger creature there, but that's even worse to a removal spell. Like, I'm probably dead to a removal spell anyways. It's a little bit shocking that they just chose not to be a little more aggressive there, given that they had the Ambush Gigapede, but it's fine. They were going to beat us regardless with that Ambush Gigapede. Alright, we are on the play here. I'm going to keep this. I have 2 black cards with all white sources. I drew my 1 plains. But I do have the Contagion Engine, and I have the Buried in the Garden. That's the most important piece of this puzzle. Oasis Gardener, great draw. So I think this... the only problem is they're playing blue-black. So my Contagion Engine is not going to be as good because they're just not going to have that many creatures. And they had Desert's Dew for my Oasis Gardener. Slick Shot, Lockpicker? Yeah. Alright. Not drawing any of our swamps is not ideal. Okay. Oh god, this feels so bad to use this, but I want the ramp. And I don't want them to just keep generating treasures every turn either. So let's just do this. This lets me double spell next turn. I can go Dredger plus Servant of the Stinger. Although, I might want to keep up Fake Your Own Death. Oh, nope, never mind. Fake Your Own Death. Treasure, Dredger. Man, if they Lockpicker the Heartless Pillager, that's kind of a beating. Alright, let's just play the Pylons because they have the Heartless Pillage. Yeah, this card just continues to just look super unimpressive. There's a reason. Like, if I play against green-white, yes. If I play against green-white, it's great. But there are matchups where just, if they only have like 2 creatures in play, you're spending 10 mana to kill 2 creatures. Slick Shot Lockpicker on. Desert Stew, sure. Okay. No reason to run out Contagion Engine just yet. Seize the secret. Yeah, this is a horrible matchup. What was the aggressive deck that you were supposed to play? Whenever you cast an Outlaw spell, copy that spell. Oh my gosh. We are just getting doubled down here. Not ideal. So now they get to double down on every creature that they play. Yeah, I'll keep that. No, it's not Essence Capture, is it? Oh my gosh. I main phased it to play around like a 3-mana counterspell. Oh, and they have double down with Vault Plunderer. Oh my god. Oh, too much value. Too much value. Oh, yes. Yes. Oh my gosh. This is incredible. Alright, well, we still take 9. And we are still extremely behind. Caustic Bronco. Whew. They have a nice deck. Like, I take 1, 2, 3, 5 damage next turn? Oh, I guess I should have saved the Buried in the Garden. Oh, these have +1/+1 counters? Oh my gosh. I can't even shrink these. Oh, that's brutal. That is brutal. Oh man, what an absolute thrashing those last 3 matches were. That's really unfortunate. Yeah. I mean, look, I didn't expect this deck to do that well, but with the 2-0 start, you know, that Abzan deck got us pretty good. And then losing to this deck, that felt like a really bad matchup for me. And yeah, I mean, this is just one of those instances where just not every deck can go exactly the way that you wanted. We had a lot of filler cards, but now just knowing that Contagion Engine also not very, very strong. I tried to make the pivot here to some of the blue stuff, but Pack 2 just was also super, super dry. We didn't see any of the uncommons. It was just a really tough draft in general, where I'm not really sure where I was supposed to go to end up with a good deck. I'm going to look back and see, but this felt like an okay configuration. Nothing too great, nothing too bad. But, I mean, just the manner in which we lost some of the games, I don't know. I just don't know that there was too much that I could have done. I try to navigate these games as best as I can, but proof that just, hey, you know, I got to post everything. Not everything can be hits. We've trophied the last 2 drafts, and in this instance, we got absolutely destroyed. We did. I thought this had what it took. Perhaps I have my Abzan blinders on, and I should be looking to delve into some other colors. So I'll be definitely much more mindful of that in future drafts. As you know, this is a format that I played a lot and I did well in and I enjoyed, but certainly this was not my best showing, but can't have winners in every single draft, and this is the perfect example of that. But we'll bounce back strong and we'll do better in tomorrow's video. Maybe we'll do some Chromatic Cube again, just to mix things up. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, as I really do appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for more daily videos just like this. If you've enjoyed this content and wanted to support the channel in a different way, my Patreon is the best way to do so. That's patreon.com/paulcheon. Shout out once again to all of the patrons. Also, if you wanted to purchase Magic the Gathering singles or sealed product, TCGplayer.com is the place to go. They actually have pre-orders available for Aetherdrift boxes. If you want to pre-order some boxes of Aetherdrift just to open or do some drafts at home, make sure you click that affiliate link in the description below before you make any purchases. Last but not least, HeavyPlay.com is the place to go to for all things Magic Gathering supplies and accessories. If you want top-of-the-line deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, dice boxes, and more, HeavyPlay.com/paulcheon will get you 10% off your first order. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.